Imagine having the ability to fly across the sky like Superman, or at least swing around the skyscrapers as Spider-Man does. Watching these fictional mutant superpowers come to life in cinema sure is invigorating. While nothing as wild has ever been caught on a camera, some people are out there with crazy superpowers that are nothing short of impressive. Experts speculate that these people have the right genetic mutations that help them do the stuff they're able to do. And no, genetic mutations don't give you blue skin. Most genetic mutations are pretty unnoticeable, and it's amid this game of genetic lottery that some people end up winning it. Here are 10 people who've won that genetic lottery by a long shot and received a superpower as a result. Number 10. Jamie Keaton, aka Canhead. Not all skin conditions give you horrible allergies and permanent scars. Meet Jamie the Canhead Keaton. This guy can have objects latch onto his skin, like on an octopus's arm. On a hot summer day, when Jamie decided to shave his head, he found a way to entertain people with his newfound ability to stick things onto his head and body. Since then, he's made several appearances on telly and has been invited to events worldwide with fans and onlookers alike. He's even broken the world record for posing in around 80,000 pictures with fans at a NASCAR event. He has some sort of skin condition that allows him to control his skin pores, which in turn lets him latch onto objects without ever even using his hands. Number 9. Dean Karnazes, the king of ultra-marathons. Human beings are standouts among mammalian species because of their sheer resilience. While you may not be able to outspeed a leopard, you most certainly can outpace it, or most other species as a matter of fact. If our ability to outpace other species is a metric for measuring our humanness, then, by all definitions, Dean Karnazes is a superhuman. This man has run an insane 50 marathons in the course of just 50 days. In one of these marathons, he ran in the freezing cold temperature of negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit at the South Pole of all places. But perhaps his most impressive feat was him finishing a 350-mile-long trek within a span of just 80 hours and 44 minutes, all without ever stopping to stretch his legs out or take a rest. His impressive ability stems from his muscles' tendency to remove any lactic acid as soon as his body produces any. Lactic acid is the driving factor that carries the body's signals to the brain, indicating to it whenever a stoppage becomes necessary. This allows Karnazes to achieve amazing speeds and outpace any other human being on the planet. Number 8. Kevin Richardson, Animal Whisperer. Pocahontas can communicate directly with animals and win their affection. Does Pocahontas qualify as a superhero? If so, then so does Kevin Richardson. Kevin Richardson is a real-life lion whisperer hailing from South Africa. A staunch voice against holding animals in zoos in captivity, he's demonstrated extraordinary ability to communicate with animals. He would clearly stand out from a crowd of animal trainers in his ability to quickly befriend wild animals. Just see any video clips of him interacting with wild lions. It all becomes so obvious that this man has a special affinity for this. He's even been accepted by a pride of lions in South Africa. We're not out here to convince you that Pocahontas is a superhero in our book, and so is Kevin Richardson. Number 7. Wim Hofman, the Iceman. Mind sits above matter is knowledge as ancient as the human culture itself, and Wim Hofman is out here putting that knowledge to practical use. Unlike the entries in our list so far, he's learned to adapt to severe temperature and harsh climates by championing a unique breathing technique that allows him to have complete control over his body temperature. This man has scaled the ice-cold Mount Everest barefoot, just by his unique breathing technique. If that doesn't convince you that this guy is legit, nothing ever will. He's also accredited the Tibetan time-style meditations to zone out and trick himself into focusing this complete energy into keeping a constant body temperature. And just to show you that he's not a one-trick pony, he's also ran a marathon across the Namib Desert in the scorching sun. And unsurprisingly, he showed no change in his body temperature when measured periodically during this run. Number 6. Hoeng, the Iron Finger. It's about time we made our first entry from East Asia. Another case of mental toughness and resilience is paying off. With years of training in the martial arts of Qigong, Hoeng has turned himself into a superhero, or more precisely, his finger into an iron finger. This man can poke a hole in just about anything, including dry hard coconuts, which he punctures on a daily basis on his permanent spot in Malaysia. He's held over 10 world records, including one for piercing through 4 coconuts with his fingers in just a little over 12 seconds. Number 5. Daniel Browning, Rubber Boy. Daniel Browning has been dubbed the most flexible man in the world. He's used his ability to flex his arms and muscles to an absurdly insane degree to earn a career as a contortionist and a stuntman. He's also a gifted actor, but his super flexible body is what earned him a name. Daniel has a special genetic condition called Danlos syndrome that allowed him to stretch out almost like Reed Richards from Fantastic Four. He made his first show at the age of 18 when he squeezed himself through a tennis racket. With his extremely mobile joints and flexibility, combined with a commendable work ethic, he has managed to get a total of 7 Guinness World Records, a remarkable achievement by all metrics. Number 4. Edibar alkyav, the magnet. If you thought the can head was impressive, just wait until you see the magnet. Edibar alkyav, a kickboxing coach from Georgia, has made a name for himself, demonstrating the ability to turn his body into a large magnet at will and hold on to metallic objects. He's been breaking world records ever since he discovered his ability. He's perfected his technique and performed several times on live TV, much to the amazement of audiences at the stage and home alike. On one occasion, he made the world record for using his energy to hold on to 53 spoons attached to his torso. He's been fascinating people all over the globe with his unique ability. He's also held a man sitting on a metallic car door attached to his body for an impressive 27 seconds. What came as a surprise even to most die-hard alkyav fans was when he dragged a Mercedes tied to a metal plate and latched onto his back. Number 3. Gary Turner, the Elastic Man. Gary Turner has an insanely stretchy skin, 6 inches to be precise. Now you've probably seen a video clip of him pulling the skin from his neck all the way up to his nose. He's said to have the world's stretchiest skin, thanks to the same rare condition that the contortionist Daniel Browning Smith has, the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. The difference here is that it is much more prominent in the skin than it is in the joints. Gary Turner has scored several world records thanks to his ability to stretch himself beyond imaginable limits. Number 2. Kim Peek, the Rain Man. If Edibar alkyav is the real-life Magneto, Kim Peek would be the real-life Charles Xavier. Kim possessed extraordinary mental abilities from an early age. He was an avid book reader and exceptionally good at it too. With a great ability to recall, he would absorb books like a sponge. He was remarkably fast at reading books too. He could read books within just an hour, and that's due to his ability to read both pages of an open book, each with one eye simultaneously. On top of that, he was this way since around the time when he was just 2 years old. His amazing personality and self have inspired the 1988 film Rain Man. His character was played by Dustin Hoffman, starring alongside Tom Cruise. Number 1. Stephen Wilshire, the Autistic Savant. Speaking of extraordinary recall abilities, Stephen Wilshire is an artist with a photographic memory. His paintings resemble actual photographs. The landscapes he puts on paper appear lifelike and contain the most excruciating, intricate details. And that's even more impressive when you throw in the fact that he draws completely from his memory. He's become world famous for his art, and he's a holder of several world records as well. His ability is a side effect of severe autism, which also held him back from speaking his first words until 9. So, what do you guys think? Did we miss your favorite superhero? Or do you have some sort of superpower yourself? Let us know down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.